everyone. My name is Andrea Vestrucci. I am an associate professor and perhaps one of the few Italian-born individuals who identifies as a Lutheran. I have been honored with the Australian Award from the Australian Ministry of Research. I am a laureate of the Academic Society of Geneva in Switzerland and an elected fellow of the International Society for Science and Religion. My work is interdisciplinary at its core, as it builds bridges across fields that might appear at first sight distant from one another. Academia was a natural progression. I've always been a curious person who loves to learn, so after completing my master's degree, I was encouraged to pursue a PhD. And from there, my academic journey unfolded. And my previous academic appointments include a federal professorship in logic and ethics in Brazil, as well as research positions at Monash University in Australia and at UC Berkeley in the United States. Each of these experiences has deeply shaped the way I approach both research and teaching. So, to better explain my work, I made a diagram that places my research topics at the intersections of three core fields: logic-based artificial intelligence, AI, ethics, and theology. The intersection of ethics and theology concerns exploring the notion of freedom and how it is understood differently yet interconnectedly in both domains. I draw particularly from Martin Luther's primary texts and the notion of paradox. The intersection of theology and AI focuses on how theological, metaphysical, and belief-supporting arguments, such as arguments for the existence of God, can be encoded and examined within AI systems. This also allows to recalibrate the classical questions of whether theology qualifies as a science. And the intersection of ethics and AI pertains, of course, to AI ethics, particularly from the standpoint of developing trustworthy AI systems, also known as TAI, with applications to sensitive domains such as healthcare. At the center of these three fields lies the exploration of a mutual dialogue between AI and religious traditions, where on one hand beliefs and wisdom can inform the ethical development of AI, for instance in areas like decision making, and on the other hand where AI systems can open new pathways for reflecting on and deepening religious understanding. So rather than a conscious decision, I would describe it as an acknowledgement, something like recognizing a seed that was already there within me. So from a young age, I felt a natural pull towards structures and rules. And this disposition led me over time to investigate the deeper dimension of interrelation between freedom and normativity. Also, as a young child, I began spontaneously praying at my bedside, despite receiving no religious education whatsoever from my parents. A sign of a faith I would later be drawn to explore, not only practically, but also intellectually. And finally, I was fascinated by the structure of language and especially its abstract dimensions, always seeking the purest forms of reasoning. And this naturally led to my interest in formal languages and abstract objects. So, in a way, my academic path has been the unfolding of these early intuitions, which I'll explore now rigorously with the tools of multiple disciplines. So, this might sound cliché, but I truly enjoy all the classes I teach. First, because I constantly learn from my students' insights, thanks to their diverse cultural background, areas of knowledge, beliefs, and approaches. And as I mentioned, I am at heart someone who loves to learn. And second, because my courses are always infused with the themes of my ongoing research, which means they are informed by my current passions in investigation. One thing that I can say is that I truly enjoyed teaching an intensive course with Dean Dr. Hackman on science and religion, because the course paired both theoretical and practical applications of the research question concerning the relationship today of science and religion, with specific focus on AI systems and how artificial intelligence can be deployed in religious environments, and on the other hand, what insight religion can provide in order to develop and improve benchmarks for AI systems. So I think that in that specific course, the one aspect that I enjoyed the most was giving the students the possibility and the space to experiment themselves with AI systems. So to have a first-hand experience of how a practical use of AI systems can interact with religious beliefs. For me, this is very important because I firmly believe that in order to speak about something, it is good if we have a first-hand experience of this something. So for me, it is very important to provide the students with the tools and with the possibilities to experiment themselves firsthand with what an artificial intelligence system is, how it works, and how it can interact either positively or negatively with one's beliefs and positions in one's faith. So this is in many ways for me the easiest question to answer. Yes, absolutely. As a Lutheran, I firmly believe that everything we do, all our actions, and also everything that happens in the world occurs for the glory of God alone. This is the famous Soli Deo Gloria. So my work and my engagement with the Christ School of Theology are expressions of that belief and commitment. So the answer is definitely yes.